Okay, hello guys, welcome to this video tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to join two tables in MySQL. Okay guys, it promises to be fun, and just follow me and you would understand the types of join we have in MySQL. When you have two tables or three in your database, you can fetch the data from the two database and display them in the screen at once. Okay, so let's go straight to the point. Before I proceed guys, this is my SQL database here, and how do you get there guys? You go to your local host. So the prerequisite for this video is that you have your XAMPP, your server installed, and you understand them little bit about the MySQL database that we use for development. Okay, so if you've installed your web server, then this is going to work. Okay, so guys, your web server, you can use anyone you want to use. We have the XAMPP and we have the, now guys, for example, let me just open it on my taskbar. This is how XAMPP looks like. So it's running already. I have the Apache and I have the MySQL. So this has been installed, and that's why I am able to launch it and start my server. So if you've not done that, or you don't have XAMPP, just go to Google and install the XAMPP. Okay, so I'm gonna go to localhost /phpMyAdmin. So guys, this will take you to your database. And in my database, I've created different tables. So the table I'll be using to demonstrate or illustrate this is the Laravel table here. So in this Laravel 9, I'm having different tables here. So I'm going to be concentrating on the categories table, which I've created, and the users table. So what I want to teach you now is to know the difference between the joins, so that you'll be able to fetch your data from two different tables and display it at once. So it's very important, because once you know that, you'll be able to, it helps your development. Okay, where in some cases you need to fetch a record from one table and you need it in another table. Okay, so guys, in this user table, I'm going to be using the SQL interface here. Okay, and before I start writing the code here guys, this is it. Now we have basically, okay, I'm going to be teaching you the three joins. Okay, so the other extensions, we have the inner join, which you can call just the regular join or join. Okay, we have the right join, okay, and we have the left join. So these are the three types of join I will be teaching you today. Now the inner join, now in this join, or in this type of join, what it does, it shows you the data, okay, that are common in these two tables. So now guys, look at it now. In the user table, if I go to my user table, these are the information in the user table: ID, name, email, and the rest. Okay guys, if I go to the categories table, I'm having ID, user ID, category name, etc. So guys, if now the records, it wants to see the record that is here in this categories table that is also in this user table. So guys, can you guess? Now that shows that this ID that is here, 1, 2, 3. Are you with me now? If I go to my categories table, there is a column called user ID. So this one that you see here was inserted into this categories table as a result, or from this users table, by using the ID of the user that was making the transaction on the database. So this particular name, Parry, having ID 1, was inserting some records inside this this software, or this software I'm actually making. This user Harry was the one who entered all this. Are you with me now? Except this one that another user entered. So this user Parry, okay, is actually in the users table. He is actually in this users table. Are you with me now? But in this category, there is nothing called name here. So there is nothing called Parry here. But there is a relationship between this categories table and the users table. And what's that relationship? We created a foreign key here, which is user ID. Are you with me now? Against the primary key here, which is the ID on this table. Are you with me now? So I can call this users table here, where I have the ID in this case, as the primary key. Are you with me now? As the primary key. If I go to structure, guys, and I look at the structure of the table, can you see a key here? So this is the primary key. So at the point of creating the structure or the table, you are going to choose that you want a particular column to serve as the primary key. Now, this primary key now is now having a foreign key somewhere in another table, which is this user ID that was created in this second table. So this user table is referencing this. Are you with me now? So that means this 111 you see here is pointing to a user, to a primary key here, 1. So that means if I look at 1 and I look at the primary key on categories 1, so I can infer and say this ID 1 is associated with Parry, not Mickey. Mickey is 2. Are you with me now? So if I go back to the category and I look at where I'm having 2, guys, you will agree with me that this 2 here is referencing this second user here. Are you with me now? So there is a relationship. Are you with me? And we're going to be creating, or which I've done here, a one-to-one relationship. So all I need to show you now is how we can use our join to get the data from the two tables at once. So I'm going to be starting with inner join. And guys, what is inner join? Now this type of join, okay, again, works in such a way that it shows you the values which match the condition that is given. Or in a simple way, it shows the values or the data in the two tables where there is an intersection, or where there is a match. Where there is a match, guys, where there is a match. Now you are going to see it in action. So what this inner join will do, or the normal join, it's going to hide any other scenario where there are no matching values in the two tables. Are you with me now? Okay, now let me show you this. Let me make it simpler now. Guys, look at this now. In the categories table, I'm having this 1 1 1 1 1 1. Guys, let's go back to the users table. Do I have 1 1 1 there? Yes, I have this guy here. Are you with me now? That is having 1. At the same time, Mickey, which is having 2, if I check my category, I'm having 2 here. So you can see that these are the matching points here in the two tables. But if I check the user, there's a last user here, test. Guys, look at the category. Is there anywhere you see 3? No. So inner join will not display where there is no intersections. That means this particular third value here, or third record, will not show in my result. Are you with me now, guys? So let's get started. I'm in the users table and I'm going to go to SQL. So guys, it's very simple. You need to specify what you want to select. So in this users table, guys, once again, let me open it. I don't want to select all the record. We have ID, name, email, and the rest. No, I'm going to pick specifically the columns that I want to show. So the remaining ones, I don't want them to show. Leave me now. And similarly, in the categories table that I'll be joining, I don't want to display all these deleted, updated. No, to shorten or make it simple. So back to my users table. On the SQL tab, I'm going to do what? I'm going to select, instead of selecting all, for selecting all, which is the asterisk, we select all the columns. So here, I'm going to be using the table name, which is this user, dot the columns that I want to select. So guys, normally for you to do something like this, you have to, at least since you need to follow me while I'm working here, I need to select, show you the columns I'll be selecting here. Here, I need just to select the name and email in the users table. Okay guys, users, this is just for demonstration, it has nothing to do here. Then for categories table, I want to select, so guys, let's look at it together. What should I select? I need to select category name, and let's say select user ID. Okay guys, so I'm good to go. So I'm going to go back to users, SQL. I'm going to open this, my notepad here. Oh, it's not allowing me. Okay, we'll go back. So guys, what's the first thing I'm going to do? I'm going to put the name of the table, which is users. So select users. Now I'm going to put a dot. What's the first column name? I said I want to fetch in my users. I want to fetch name and email. So guys, I'm going to put dot what? Name. Are you with me now? And the next thing I'm going to put comma. I'm also going to select another column from the users. So it's going to be users dot what? Email. Comma. Now notice that I'm referencing the users, the table name first before the column for this. So the second table now, which is categories, I'm also going to select, type the categories table, then dot, what's the column I said I need to select in the category? Just two also, category name and user ID, guys. So categories dot category underscore name. Are you now, guys? So now for what is going to be the output of the columns, if I write it like this, by the time the SQL is running, it's going to show me this category name, which might be long in my own case. I can decide to put as. So this as is like an alias or alias, whichever pronunciation, alias, as what? As cat name. It's your choice. I just want to shorten the name, so I may decide not to write it. Now, comma, I also want to display from the categories table dot what? User underscore ID. Are you with me now, guys? Now I've selected all the columns that I need. Guys, can you see it now? So I'm selected what? Select username dot this dot this dot that. From what? Now you have to put it from the first table. Guys, take note. The first table I want to use here, it can be anything. It can be these users that I'm currently running the SQL on, or it can be the categories. I'm going to show you by going back to the categories also. So I'm selecting what? From users. So don't forget that these things, these other two here, categories, they are not in users. Am I right? But the fact I'm writing from users here, I'm going to put the join now. From users, are you with me now, guys? Then what? Join what? Guys, don't forget, this can also be inner join. I'm going to show you using the ordinary join. It's the same thing. So this first type of join I'm teaching you is called the inner join, which is also the join. So if I don't use inner join, I use join, it's going to give me the same result. So inner join what? Inner join the categories table. Are you with me now? Now on what? This is a clause now. So I want to join these two tables on the columns that is common between these two, or that both of them reference together. That means I'm going to join it using the column that is referencing a foreign key in the second column. So that means I want to join it on my users dot what? ID, guys. This is the primary key in the users table. Are you with me now? Are you there, guys? Now look at it. So on, this is the syntax, or what do you call it, the SQL query. Select the column names which are done from table 1, from users, which is the first table and which is going to be the table on the left. Inner join the second table, which is join table 2. On what? On what criteria? On the table 1 and the column name that is common with the second column. So which is ID equals to where this user ID in this users table is equals to the categories table dot user underscore ID, guys. Now understand this code, this query here. Select users dot name, that is the name column in the users table, the email column in the users table, the category name column in the categories table, and I'm aliasing it as that name, which is an optional parameter here. Also, I'm selecting the user's ID, so meaning in total 4 columns will be displayed to me on the screen when I finally click on go, instead of showing all the columns that I have in my table, almost 7 in one column and 8 in another column. So to simplify the output, I'm just displaying 4 columns, 2 from users, 2 from categories. Are you with me now? And I'm joining it using the inner join, where these two things are the same, where the user ID here is the same thing as the user ID in the categories table, but where there is no match, where there is nothing that is common between them, the inner join would not show it, it will hide it. Are you with me now, guys? So let me copy this so that I have a copy. So let me use Ctrl+C. So guys, once I'm done, what do? I click on go. Guys, can you see what we have on the screen now? I'm having my name, so these are the names I'm having in my name table, in my users table. Guys, but you will notice that I'm having 3 names. If I finally go back to this table, okay, let me just right click and open a new tab, guys. Guys, look at this table here. How many names are here? 3 names. Parry, which is ID 1, Mickey ID 2, Test ID 3. If I go back to this table here, guys, can you find Test here? No. That means Test is not having any relationship with my categories table. Look at it. Test, which is ID 3. If I click on categories table, guys, on the user's ID, which is a foreign key to the users, can you see 3 here? No, you can only see 1 and 2. So meaning inner join would display or will show you values that are having matching, okay? It will show you records that are having matching values and would not show where there is no matching values, like the third name here, which should be ID3, that is in the users table. So look at the output of the inner join, guys. Name, email, cart, and users. Now total record ought to be, guys, let me go back to the categories table. Normally in the categories table, how many records are you having here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can say I'm having 9 records in total. Are you with me now? So normally, if the third user here, which is test, was also in this categories table, you would have seen it here in my output here. But in total, I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at the ID here in common. Okay, guys, now let me modify this so we can look at them side by side. I'm going to go back to the SQL and I'm going to paste it again. And what am I trying to include here? I want to include the user's ID, the ID that is in the users table. I'm going to say users dot ID, comma. I'm going to run this again. So guys, look at the ID here. You can see the common here: 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. You see it now. Now there is no 3 here because I don't have any 3 in this categories user ID field here. So that is why that third one is not showing, guys. So this is how we run the inner join. This same query, I can as well do it in the categories table. While in the categories table, and I click on query and I paste it here. Let's say it again. Select users.name. Guys, I'm in the categories table, but it doesn't matter the order. Users.name, users.id, users.email, categories.category name, categories.user ID from users. Guys, this is the categories table. It doesn't matter. So whichever table is on the left, okay, or the first table you include here is the table on the left, while the one after the inner join is the one on the right. So you would see that the order of the tables matter when we finally go to either the right join or the left join. But in this case now, it doesn't matter. All the system would do, or the query will do, is to show you the common element and hide whichever one that is not common. So that's what it's doing here. So I'm running this query again right in the categories table, and let's see whether we get the same result. So guys, you can see we got the same result irrespective of where we are running it from, because of the join we are using. Are you with me now? So let's take it a bit further, or a step further, by talking on the right join. Let's start with the right join. So guys, sorry, before I demonstrate it, let's go to my text here and show you the right join. Now what's this right join going to do, guys? Now the right join will join the two tables in such a way that it's going to return all the values from the right side table, from the right table. Guys, I'm sure by now you know what I mean by the right table. What that means is the table that is appearing after the join. So this, now guys, look at it from this table, inner join this table. So the first one is the left, the second one is the right table. So from, let's go back to this. So the right join shows the result in a way that it returns all the values from the right. Why is it returning all the values from the right and matching it with values from the left? So it's going to match both of them, the values that match both the left hand side and the right hand side. Are you with me now? And aside that, instead of hiding like the normal join or the inner join did, this time around is going to also display where there are no match or where there are no matches. And on the left hand side, okay, of the table, display null if there is nothing that is matching the right table. So because this time around the focus is right join, so all the values on the right hand side will show. It will not hide anything. If there are 8 records in the right table, it's going to display all the 8 records in the right table. So the right table is the key point here. The right table is the table in focus or in question. So it's not going to omit anything on the right hand side table. So if there are 10 records, the 10 records will show. But this time around, and the left table that we are not focusing on, whatever row that is not matching the right hand side would be put as null. So it will still appear, but there will be null. Are you with me now? So you can see that this is different from the ordinary join, where it's going to hide whatever is left that is not in common with the two tables. So if there are 10 records in the right hand side table and there are also 10 records in the left hand table, in the case of ordinary join, if there are only 8 records that are matching the two tables, meaning the 8 records will show on the screen for the two tables and omit the remaining 2 for the two tables that are not having anything in common. Are you with me now, guys? But for the right table now, the focus is the right join, so all the records on the right table will show, irrespective of whether there is a matching value on the left. But that left table would also show all the records, but it's going to show null for where there is no matching value with the right table, guys. So that is just the explanation. So in this case now, I'm going to change this from inner join. I'm going to put what? Right join. Guys, can we look at it before we even run it? What are we going to have? The right table is the categories that we are talking about. So let's check our categories table. How many records are we having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means we're expecting the output to display 9 records of my right table, which is categories that I'm putting. Now guys, look at it now. On my second table, which is the left table, I'm having 3 records. Are you with me now? But if this one record is matching 4 of this, are you with me now, and everything is up to 9, the part that is not matching this, for instance this test here, would show null, because it is actually not matching the right table, which is categories. So let's run it, guys, and reduce the talk. So I'm going to click on go. So guys, what has happened here? Can you see the right table? This is the right table here. The category name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Guys, you can see that these are shown here. Okay guys, can we see now? Let me run it again. Oh guys, let me put it here as right join. So right join categories. Okay, and let me run it. Okay guys, can you see we have this, but something is wrong, guys. Something is wrong, guys. it returns this. The right join joins the two tables in such a way that it returns the value from the right and from the left, and also return null on the left when there is no match found. So on the left table, there is no match found. Okay guys, let me run it in the users table. Let me run it in the users table. I think something. Okay, so users table is the one on the left now. Right join. Oh guys, something is wrong somewhere. Okay guys, now I think this is it. We are using right join here. Right join. So let's understand this very well. Now we are saying that it will display all the columns on the right hand side, because right is the focus here. So and let me show you this guys. It joins the two tables in such a way that it returns all the values from the right and the match values from the left table, and also returns null on the left when there is no match found. Okay, so it returns the structure for the right. Now when there is no match found on the left, guys, now let's look at it this way. Now on the right hand side, the right column we're talking about is this, just 9 of them, 1 2 3 4 5, and there's going to be a matching to the left. So 1 1 1 1 for all these ones here, then similarly 2 2 for the second user here. Okay, now but for that third one, so the right table is the focus. So after displaying all this table here, there is no need to display any further table, because the right column will not need to show anything null. Are you with me now? So we just want to see the condition where they both match. So all the ones here match this one here, is going to show the record there. Also for 2, it's going to show it. Now any other thing that is not here would not show. So that is why when I run it, oh, what am I doing? Sorry, I want to run it here. So guys, when I run this code now, the left table is user and the right table is category. So this is the focus. So it's going to display all the records in the categories that is being matched with the left. But if there is anyone in the left that it's not matched with right, okay, that there is no intersection, it would show null. But if there's nothing, it will just show all the records available. So I'm going to click on go, and this is it guys. Can we see everything here? 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 2. So there is nothing to show here. Are you with me now? Because this is not having the third one is not having any relationship. Okay, but now let's look at it using the left join. It's simple, the same thing, just like this. The only difference is it's going to be left. Now I'm going to left join. Now what's the left table? The left table is user, so it's going to give me all the values on the left where there's a join with the right. So 1, guys, look at 1 here. It's going to give me 1. How many times? It's going to give me 1. It's going to give me 1. That will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So there's an 8 match with the right. So that will be 8 records. Also 2, that will be what? 9. Now 3, don't forget the left will show all the values on the left. It will show everything on the left and where there is no match on the right. Are you with me now? So this third record here, this third record is not having any match on the right. Are you with me now? But in the case of categories here, what are we having here? The category ID 2. Are you with me now? So it has displayed everything that ought to be here. 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 2, and that's all. And display where there is a matching. You guys, you get it now? But on the users table, we're having it up to 3. But if you go to categories, do you have 3 here? No. So that is why this left join now, which is left joining users, that is having 3 records, against the categories that is only having 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 2. So there's going to be a vacant, a third empty null cell that is not matching the third user here. Are you with me now, guys? So let me run it now. Yes, can you see it now? So this is left join. It's picking everything on the left, which is 1, 1, 1, 2, and 3. Now if you look at the right, the user ID, do you have 3 here? No. Guys, can you understand the difference between the left and the inner now? The left, everything on the left, they are 1, 1, 1, 2, and 3. But looking at the matching here on the right, is only 1, 1, 1, 1, and 2. Are you with me now, guys? So, but in the case of right join, what will happen? All the records on the right, guys, let's go to the right, which is categories. All the records on the right that have where both of them match, which is 1, 1, 1, 1, and 2. Guys, this is the end here, 2. Are you with me now? So these 2, they match. And don't forget, it is right that is taking importance here. So it's not going to display any other thing. It has displayed all the total records for the right. And it's going to look at the left. Are there matches? Yes. And that's all. But let's assume on this right here, there is another column called 4. Are you with me now? It's going to display it alongside the 4. But the question is there a matching record of 4 in this place? No. So definitely there's going to be a null column, okay, for this. So that is why this is happening like this. So I'm going to do right join categories, and I click on go. Do you see it now, guys? Right is what we're talking about now, categories column, which is the right, and all the categories column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is no other matching, so that's why it's ending here. So guys, please digest this, understand it, and let me know if you have any question in the comment section. So we've been able to look at the right join, the inner join, and the inner join, which is also called join, the left join, and the right join. So guys, thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video if you enjoyed. Thank you, and see you in the next video.